Article 12, the right to be heard. The 12th article on the United Nations Conventions on the Right of the Child says that you have the right to give your opinion and for adults to listen and take it seriously. Even though we might be young, our voices have the right to be heard and to matter. The opinion of a young child or a person should be considered everywhere, including in their home, in their workplace, or at school. This is true no matter how young a child is. Article 12 applies to everyone, and care should be taken to make sure it can be exercised in reality as well. For example, special materials should be produced for children and young people with disabilities if they need these to participate. Special considerations should be given to children and young people in vulnerable situations, such as those in care or a refugee. Care should be taken to make sure girls' opinions are respected just as much as boys' are. Article 12 is also concerned with making sure children and young people feel able to express their opinion. It says they shouldn't feel their opinion will be dismissed or regarded as invalid because of their age. It also says that children and young people need to know about this right so they can exercise it, and adults need to know about this right so they don't dismiss it out of hand. Event in New Brunswick. On October 10th, Youth Voice Committee and youth group East Coast Shaking the Movers collaborated and issued a report at the Legislative Assembly entitled Defending Child Rights for Refugees and Newcomers. The young participants provided 33 recommendations on the right of the child while taking into consideration the context of immigration, the refugee process, and the school environment. They also reported cases of discrimination towards newcomers and identified recommendations to break down stereotypes and foster respect for communities where their rights are respected and individuals are free from racial discrimination. The report includes only recommendations from the young participants and reflects their discussion during a weekend event. East Coast Shaking the Movers bring together young participants from the province so they can take part in discussions forum about the rights of the child. Youth-driven and youth-led, the group is an initiative developed by the Landon Pearson Resource Center for the study of childhood and children's rights. The young people involved as facilitators indicate their hope that their recommendations will turn into action by being shared with school administrations. There are many organizations such as the Youth Voice Committee, Shaking the Movers, and Imagine MB who tries to get the youth involved in many ways and making sure the youth's voice is being heard and being considered. They encourage us to take part in decision making and to be able to express their feelings. I hope that as we move on, there will be more and more programs like this to get the youth's voice out there. Last but not least, just remember that you always have the right to be heard and to be able to express your feelings and opinions. Make sure you know your rights so you can defend yourself from unfair situations. There's nothing better than education. It's the only way to get more knowledge.